everyone? This is Raine Cruz, and it's time for the rain check with UNF rising star Brendan the Cleaner Farnsworth. Brendan, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Rain. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh my God, I am doing good because you are now here on the rain check. And I remember meeting you last year on your debut bout at UNF 18. I feel like I've seen you grow, right? Since you started in your career, and now you are going into your sixth career bout at UNF 26 on July 26th at the Burbank Marriott Event Center in Burbank, California. How are you feeling now that we are this close to your next bout?
I feel great. I feel very excited. It's been a little bit since I fought. Last time I fought was I believe March 1st.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I'm ready to get back in there, ready to get down. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so now that it's gonna be your sixth bout, right? I
Yeah.
feel like you've done this a few times now. Have you developed any sort of I guess routine, right? Maybe during fight camp or even on fight nights?
Um, I think I think I'm pretty straightforward. I don't know if I
Mhm.
have anything like I don't really believe in like the whole superstitions thing.
Uh-huh.
But I do get in like a rhythm, like I keep it very simple. Like after weigh-ins, I just rest, recover, eat, um, and then morning of just get ready. That's it. I don't really have any like crazy routine, I guess. But
Okay. So there's nothing yet, even like when you like walk inside a cage or right before you walk inside a cage.
um, I just make sure that I say see you soon to my teammates and
Yeah.
you know, uh just pray and then get in there. But that's about it, honestly. I'm just think everything that I do outside of it, it's always that mental preparation where it's like, all right, like it's the countdown, like we're gonna be in a cage on this date. All right, let's just get ready. Like, what are we gonna do? You're running through a whole bunch of scenarios in your head. So I don't know. For me, I I kind of just like I it, whenever I do visualize myself walking in the cage, it's like
Mhm.
I do something just a little bit different every time, so I don't really like have something that I do, but I just enjoy it. That's
Okay.
it for me.
And you know what? We can see that you are enjoying it. Every time I see you walk down that ramp, you're like kind of like singing to like your entrance song, you're kind of like dancing a little bit. We all enjoy seeing you because we know you're legitimately enjoying it.
Yeah.
Are you even nervous at all?
Oh yeah, I get nervous, but it's everybody's nervous.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing. Like everybody's nervous. Even the people watching the fight are nervous. So it's like okay, like no matter who you are standing in front of me in the cage, it's like I know you're nervous too. We can
Mm,
we can try our best to like not like look nervous, and I think I do a pretty good job not looking nervous, but I'm nervous, but that's okay, because
uh,
I know behind that I'm having a great time. I'm here, I'm present, and I'm ready to fight. So like that excitement overpowers the nerves, I guess.
I love that. I love that. And now, speaking of excitement, your opponent, Brian Geiger, is a grappler. And with
Yeah.
you being a jiu-jitsu specialist, are you excited to face someone like Brian who kind of has like a similar fighting style as you do?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I know OG Training Center. I mean, I fought Isaac last time and that was a great fight.
Mhm.
Um, Isaac had great grappling. So it's gonna be cool to go up against Brian, who, I haven't seen a lot of what he does. But I am really excited to fight him and you know just experience that because he does look like a pretty strong guy. So
Mhm.
I want to feel that strength. I want to feel like his grappling. I'm never been afraid to take the fight anywhere. Even in my fight against Weston, I wasn't afraid to
Uh-huh.
keep it on the feet when I was getting outstruck. But that's so good. So I'm ready to just see what this guy's got to offer for me. I'm really excited.
And I love how you mentioned your fight against Weston Heroes. What's something that you learned from that fight?
Oh, I mean, that was such a great experience. I mean, every fight's a great experience, but when you lose and you get past that, like the feelings of the loss, you take away so much more than a win, you know?
Mhm.
So Weston, shout out Weston, he taught me a lot in that cage. Yeah, just kind of there were a lot of there were a lot of moments watching it back where I should have thrown punches and I was in that
Mhm.
range and I was ready, but I wasn't, and there was that hesitation. So I think a lot of what I've done is get past that hesitation and really start to find my comfortability on the feet. So, and I think that showed last time against Isaac, and I'm not afraid to keep it on the feet with Brian either. So, uh, get more confident in my striking,
Mhm.
utilizing my grappling, starting to go for more submissions. So, yeah, I'm really excited for this.
That's good, man. Now, do you watch your tapes like, right after the fight? And if so, how many times do you watch it? Till you
Oh,
say, "Okay, I good. I got my lessons now. I'm good."
I don't stop.
Uh,
I was watching all my fights the other day, just like watching little things. Like it was funny watching my first fight again. Just like rewatching that. It's like, damn, I beat the shit out of myself now. But like, it's so cool to like see the things that like I was doing and be like, oh, okay, that's where I messed up here. That's where I messed up here. Cool, that happened. Okay, great. This is where I did good. So I don't stop watching my fights, and especially right after I fight, if there was anything superstitious that I do, it's after the
mhm.
fight. Because after the fight, all I want to do is just like eat some really good food, have some ice cream, lay in bed, and watch my fights like till 2 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's good though. It's like research, right?
yeah, 100%. And who's the best person to research is yourself right after a really hard test, So yeah, I watch my fights religiously after.
That's good, that's good, and I'm glad you mentioned, watching your debut bout because, that leads up to my next question. I remember meeting you last year at UNF 18 out here in San Bernardino, California, and then you told me your nickname was the cleaner, and I
Yeah.
was, like, thinking in my head, "Man, I've never heard of this nickname." It's, like, so unique. So, Brendan, tell us the story behind the cleaner.
Um, the cleaner is just it's what I've been doing. And
Mhm,
so every single job I've had just kind of includes cleaning. And so I've just and it's built me, I've always had like an appreciation for like I've been a like a construction laborer and like
mhm,
from there to like high rise labor work to cleaning gyms. So I've gone from cleaning job sites to cleaning high rise buildings to cleaning like just gyms. And
mhm,
so it's always given me opportunity to come in at like the most base entry level. It doesn't take much to like know how to clean a countertop and know how to mop a floor, so you get like the lowest common denominator of like entry point, and that's what was also my entry point at Gracie's, right? Is like getting in there, just cleaning the place, and then it's like, all right, from there you work your way up. I've always
mhm,
seen like the cleaning position as such an honest position because it really shows you what you want, and it makes or breaks everything. From like my high rise positions where I started off as a cleaner, and by the time I was finishing, I was like driving my own truck. I was like, I was becoming, I was becoming something bigger than the position that I was in, and I took more responsibility than I was handed.
mhm,
So it is what you make it, and I'm a firm believer in you get what you put in.
mhm,
So the cleaner to me is just like a representation of like a starting point, but not the ending, where the cleaning, like you always hear the saying, like you always want to treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. And I mean, I've been the janitor so many times. It's a very good place. I think it's a very good place to be, especially when you're starting something off. So that's what I look at it as. I'm the cleaner, and
mhm,
I get in there and I just show you what I put in, and I get what I put in. So and now it's just on a platform where people see it. So it's very different from working in front of certain people in a labor situation, and then it's like, oh man, this kid's killing it. let's give him a truck, let's give him this, let's, hey, why don't you go check that property out on yourself, like, why don't you go tell us what it's like, so getting those responsibilities and just knowing that, like, man, I have this like how people would see it as like a bottom position. It's a great position to be in, Same thing with jujitsu. That's why I love jujitsu is you can see somebody on the bottom of the fight and be like, oh, they're losing, but they're actually winning
Mhm.
because they're doing good things. Same way you be in like a labor position, you're like, oh man, this guy's like, you know, he's cleaning the dirt off the shovels and all the equipment, but like, man, this guy's staying after to do that, and it shows. It's gonna get you more opportunities, and so that's basically what it is to me. Is it's just a showcase of everything that I've worked for and given me opportunities for. So shout out to any janitors or cleaners
All
because
the cleaners.
it's a great position to be in. It's a great spot to be in.
Yeah, and they're always like the nicest people too, like you say hi to them and they're always like, kind and nice, genuinely nice too,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah. I love how I love your answer, Brendan. Like, it shows how
thank you,
much you've learned in life and how humble you are too as a person.
thank you.
That's amazing. And you are not just the cleaner because you're also a teacher. So what is
Yes.
law enforcement BJJ and how did you get into teaching it?
So law enforcement BJJ is also our GST program that Henry and Hedon run. It's a nationwide, soon to be global wide,
Mhm,
or organization that teaches pretty much just law enforcement around the country, jujitsu mindset behind that in terms of going into, you know, um, those type of physical altercations and how to minimize minimize just damage overall, just damage to themselves and damage to the suspect. There's a lot of I have a it's very cool because I never really saw myself as a teacher when I was growing up. I was like, man, I don't want to like teach anything. I think like I had that blue collar mindset where it was just like, I'm just gonna put my head down and work. Um, but now that I have become teaching, Henner was just like, hey man, like when I first started, he's like, man, the world is your oyster. Like you whatever you want to get into, it's like we have so many routes available for you that you know if you as long as you take it seriously, like no one's stopping you. So I just took every opportunity he threw at me, whether it's GST, teaching classes, teaching kids classes, but now I like doing them. It's like I found kind of like my my real passion in terms of
mhm,
teaching, and I love to teach law enforcement. It's very fun. It's very cool how I can go over there and I can teach them jujitsu, and they
mm,
can teach me aspects about their life. Because, by all means, when I teach law enforcement, I'm not a police officer, nor have I ever been involved with the law enforcement, good or bad sides. So, but it is very cool to go over there and share my passion with other instructors who are amazing at jujitsu or have that law enforcement background or both,
mm.
and learn so much. It's just a learning opportunity for me as well to go over there and learn about what these people do and the different routes that they have. And um, it's a very humbling experience for me because we get in there and we get into a cage and we fight, and life is great. Whether
Yeah.
you win or lose, you get guess what, you get to go home. Where law enforcement is not always like that. You stop somebody for a like maybe a suspicious drunk driver swerving the lines, and then all of a sudden it turns into a hands-on fight and you're fighting for your life. I go in there and I fight for my life, but let's be real. If I get knocked out cold, who's coming to save me? The ref. Out for a cop, if you get knocked out cold, or if you get choked out, or you get tired, even in a fight, it's not gonna look good.
Mhm,
And it's not nobody's coming in and stopping the fight. So just giving these guys more um, giving these guys more tools for their belt in terms of those physical altercations and sharing the mat with them. It's an amazing opportunity. I really appreciate Henner for opening that door for me, because now I think more as I'm going, it's not only working better for my schedule, but it's giving me more opportunity to really, uh, travel and teach jujitsu and really share my passion for it. So, and
Wow.
share it with people that really really need it. Because me and you, we need jujitsu, but man, if you're a law enforcement officer, it's a part of the job.
Yeah, that's amazing, Brendan. I'm happy for you.
Thank
And I
you.
just like watching you like talk about it. Like you were smiling the whole time, like you're answering that question. I can tell you really love teaching.
Yeah, I enjoy teaching. I mean, it's how I. It was right before I got into fighting. It's like the past 4 years of what I've been doing. Since I started jujitsu, a couple months later, I was already teaching. So it's
Mm,
like, it's something that's not only built like me as a person, but built my jujitsu is teaching it. So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
and if you can teach it, you can do it.
For sure, you're right. You're right. Now, are there any lessons that you've learned as a fighter that you have shared with your students in the law enforcement BJJ?
Well, I always talk about it's funny because I talk about this one more with the kids and law enforcement. But I tell the kids you can win fights without throwing a punch, and I tell them that with my fight against Hattie Sukar with the
Mm-hmm.
guillotine mounted. I didn't throw a single punch. Like I threw like maybe two punches, but like even then, when I look back, I was just managing the distance. I was just trying to find my right range so that I can shoot. And then after that, it was not a single punch, just like two submissions, one triangle. He got out, and then I wrapped him up in the guillotine. So it was a very cool thing because I also had a lot of private students there, so a lot of
Mhm.
kids. And right afterwards, I was like, "Yo, you guys see that? Like, what do I tell you guys all day long? Like, we can win fights without punching people." So it was very cool to be able to do that. And I actually wanted to test my standing against him, but once you get in there, you just kind of do whatever. And I shot, I submitted, and then it was just like, all right, like, cool, now I got something to tell these kids. Like, I got proof. Not only is this guy trained, but we were in this cage wanting to punch each other in the face. And if I didn't even get the chance to do that because of my jujitsu, then you guys can too. And then the kids are like, "Oh yeah, like you're right." So it's cool.
That's good. I mean, dude, you practice what you preach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Now, Brendan, you are a young fighter, up and coming fighter, rising star, right? What is the ultimate goal for you as a fighter? Will it be stepping up to the pro level or ultimately making it to the UFC?
Um, man, I got big dreams, big aspirations. I want to go pro. I want to get to the UFC. I want to take it as far as I can in the UFC. Because I can sit here and say I want to be a UFC champion, but it's very far away. But at the same time, I just got to win a bunch of fights. So that's what I just keep telling myself. Is like all these big dreams, big aspirations. They're only real if you win these fights. So I just got to keep winning, and as long as I keep winning, it's all good. And then if I lose, like, all right, like, I lose enough, and it's like, all right, like, let's see how far. It's a like I've always said this. It's a fight by fight thing for me. So
Mm.
I just take it fight by fight. I got big dreams, big aspirations, and we'll see how far this train goes.
Okay, okay. Now we're talking about the Brendan Farnsworth train. If there's a brand or a sponsor that would want to get on board that train, a dream sponsor, Brendan, you can call out that sponsor right now. What brand would that be?
Honestly, man, I got like a part of me wants to say like Lululemon simply because my girlfriend gets me so many Lululemon stuff that it would be nice to just get sponsored by them.
Uh-huh.
Um, but also I kind of want to say like some food, like brands of food. But even then, like I'm cutting weight right now, and I think it's just because I'm cutting weight that like I'm thinking about food so much. But I would probably say Lululemon. Lululemon's a great brand. Either that or Santa Cruz medicinals. Basically, what those are is I thought I had some right here, but they're electrolytes. They're a very healthy company ran by this guy Brandon up down in San Diego.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I use their electrolytes all day long. So shout out Santa Cruz Paleolites. I use those for most of my cuts. I try to get most of their supplements, but as a full time fighter, it's hard to get my hands on some expensive stuff. So if he sees this, I love all your stuff. I love what you're doing. Maybe I can get a sponsorship by them. That'd be great.
Yeah. Call
So yeah.
call Brendan Farnsworth right now.
Yeah. So Santa Cruz Medicinals and Santa Cruz Paleolites. Yeah, Brandon. It would be great to work. It would be great to get some supplements and start working together and getting everybody healthy, man. So it'd be great.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, call Brendan Farnsworth right now and then get on board this Brendan Farnsworth train because he's going to the UFC. So you want to be with him now that he's starting.
Let's do it.
Um, yeah. So you talked about like the amazing support that you get at Gracie. I love how you got this advice about the world, is your oyster, right? You can do whatever you want as long as you put you do the work. And you've been doing the work. And I've seen that you have so many supporters around you, Brendan.
Mhm.
Who is your biggest supporter and what's your message to that person?
Oh, it has to be my girlfriend, and like I love her so much. If I left a message for her, we'd be here for another 20. And she's great. She's great, Rain. It's really great. I mean, I like. Let me just show you how great she is.
Aw.
Is the other day, I asked her. I was very busy and I had to get buckets. Was like, "Yo, can you like give me some buckets?" And she's like very busy too. And she's like, "Dude, really?" I was like, "Please, just give me some buckets from Home Depot." And it's like it's all good. And then I come home and she got me the buckets, but then she also got me this. She made this. And she's like, "Yeah, you can use this for your next fight, like whenever Suni and Brian or Jason are in your corner and they're carrying all the waters and towels, they brought this, so it's like caution will be swept." And she made all this, and I was like, I came home that day and I sat with this and like just staring at it for like 5 minutes, just like, man, this is so cool. So she really is like my biggest fan, my biggest supporter, and my best friend. So it's very cool to yeah, it's very cool to be in love with your biggest supporter. So it's very
Oh,
great. She's amazing. I wish she was in my corner more often, but she gets nervous. Sadly, she's working a 12-hour shift during my fight. So hopefully afterwards we'll get to celebrate together.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Shout out to your girlfriend. I,
Shout
I
out to
I
her.
love this love that you guys have.
She's
It's it's
great.
it's uh it's very real, and I've met her before, and I've seen how you guys supported each other. It's
Yeah.
amazing, Brendan. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm happy
Thank
for
you.
you guys.
Thank you. Yeah,
Well,
she's
Brendan,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? I saw that she also graduated this year, right?
Yeah, she graduated this year and now she's a full on nurse. So it's very great.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, so that's perfect then, because like if you're after a fight, she can be your nurse, right?
Oh yeah. No, she's helped me out before.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Well, Brendan, thank you so much for joining me here on the Rain Check. I've been wanting to interview you because, like I said, I've seen you, when you started with us at Up Next Fighting, and now you're going into your sixth career bout. I can't wait to see what else is out there for you, Brendan. And I'm so happy for you, man. You've
Thank
grown
you.
so much. And it's always good to see you and your girlfriend at our Up Next Fighting event. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Rain. I appreciate you. I hope you're announcing my name at this next fight next weekend. So
I will be. Don't worry.
oh, perfect. I'm super stoked for that.
Woohoo. I'm excited. Well, guys, please do follow Brendan Farnsworth at Brendan Farnsworth1 on Instagram, and also follow Up Next Fighting as well at Up Next Fighting, so you can get updates and news on fights with Brendan Farnsworth and all of our other UNF rising stars. Don't miss Brendan Farnsworth versus Brian Geiger in a lightweight showdown at UNF 26 on July 26th at the Burbank Marriott Event Center in Burbank, California. Get your tickets now on upnextfighting.com and make sure you put Brendan's name when you buy your ticket, right, Brendan?
Oh yeah.
Show your support to the cleaner, guys. Go get your tickets. And Brendan, I will see you next week at the weigh-in.
I'll see you there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. He is Brendan Farnsworth. I am Raine Cruz, and this is the Raine Check. We're checking out. Bye.
Bye.